best wrestling podcast in the world. Fact, the road-wearing original Pete, the believing, power of positivity, keeping it Rollins, the summit. Fact, the homicidal, the genocidal, the ECW loving, Daring Young creeping, Mr. No Days Off, Scott. Fact, the biscuit and gravy eating, Naomi loving, lunatic craving, the melting pot, JP, and you can bank on that. Fact, the Bailey hugging, the interrupting, the Jaeger drinking, mouth of the Carolinas, Lil Steven. Fact.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I miss you, Darren Young. Little Steven, Darren Young, in a evening gown match with Pat Patterson. Little Steven gets a little French Canadian in him. Jeff Hardy's going to face Jay Leno in a steel chairs match. People are just jealous because I got skills.
Here's my issue. Is it worse to get beat by one midget or three? Little Steven in a beer drinking contest with Naomi. I have this big issue with people. I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Just kept it Rollins. Jimmy Hart, Triple H, X-Pac against Lil Steven in a microphone on a pole match. Anything can happen. It's like, if you don't want it, then don't mark it.
We're three-man band. That's horrible. We don't want to make you look bad.
You're fired, sir. When you want to hear me mess up, they're in Radioland. When you want to hear me not mess up, I did not know that. Wow. Wrestling with Attitude. When you want your beer, awesome.
Welcome to Wrestling with Attitude. And once again, we're all my Periscopians out there. And, of course...
Your Periscopians.
They're not yours. I mean, you know, what do you want to say?
They're my Periscopians.
All right, the little mouth of the Carolinas is over in the corner. And, of course, we got the melting pot is on the show. And Mr. Days Off is here once again.
Mr. One Day Off.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Which means you have all days off because you're never here.
Shut up.
Congratulations to one person. I got to give a congratulations to one person. Darren Young, you have a new manager. I love it. It is great. You're going to be great once again.
So is he going to get a new finisher? Is it going to be like a rendition of the cross-faced chicken wing, except he just kind of rapes the guy in the ring?
Hold on. Sean said, why is the talent sitting on one side of the room?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm the board op, and I don't like people sitting beside me. I'm really
He's afraid Darren Young's going to pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, I asked Mr. No Days Off to sit beside me, but he doesn't like to.
He's afraid of yellow walls. So we have him sit on the orange one.
Actually, what happens is greatness sticks together.
We're like,
I mean, at least
we're the three horsemen right here. We're waiting for our fourth.
Yeah.
Y'all really including him?
Actually, Scott, this is like 2.5 men.
I'm
we're the three horsemen.
Never heard that one before. Next page.
That's great.
This is the two horsemen and the one horsewoman.
Ooh,
I'll be David Flair at school.
So,
Oh, I did.
the corporate oddities. Real fast. So, what do you think about Darren Young being with Bob Backlund?
I kind of like it because I like to see Bob Backlund, on screen more. As a manager. We need more managers in wrestling.
Yeah, we don't have any managers, really.
We don't really. One male manager, part-time, Paul Heyman.
I mean, I don't count Paul Heyman because he doesn't do anything else but Brock right now.
Technically, he's not a manager. He's an advocate.
That's right. Just like I am with you guys here.
Yep.
So, do we really have any managers right now?
Lana.
Well, she's technically wrestling.
But she's really more of a valet to me, more so than a manager.
Exactly.
Alexa Bliss.
She's wrestling now, and you don't see Blake and Murphy with her anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Dumped her like a bad habit.
Good guys wear bow ties.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But, yeah, I love it, man. It might actually get – and I know they're doing the whole Donald Trump thing where, make Darren great again. I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a good repackaging, right?
Yeah,
I really think it is.
Hold on. We can all agree it can't get much worse for DY.
We're going
it can't get any worse.
No, we're going to talk about that in 1 second, too, after we get done. But, yeah, no, it can't get worse like you said. So maybe it will help them.
Yeah.
My God, what is going on?
We have a mouth of the South right in the corner.
No, actually in wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's not
I'm
that
the Bobby
talented.
Heenan of this group. The stupid humanoids.
I was thinking Sean Mooney.
Well,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
you're more like Sean Mooney.
I'm
I
sorry
wear
I
pants,
can't
sir.
have
I'm
hair.
sorry.
Well,
Do it.
I'm sorry I can't have hair that never moves, Jimmy Hart, okay?
You can't
Well-
grow hair.
I would tell you
I can.
that I'm here to fight, but I still have bubble gum, so I'm good. We're good.
So, the other one I want to let everybody know about real fast. Bobby Heenan took a fail. He failed. He falled, whatever. And he's in the hospital for 3 days. So hopefully, from our
he's all
show,
good.
we hope he gets
That's
better.
not
and
even the
everything.
biggest story of the week.
Oh, no. Oh, you ready for the music? Okay.
Not again.
Oh, come on! This will be like the fourth time!
I need everybody, all the Periscopians, take a 10-second pause. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Listen, I got a prop.
Okay.
Dean, I feel your pain, brother. Mitch is like a best friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to introduce you to someone who is near and dear to my heart. And I lost him also. And his name was
Wait a minute.
Timmy.
I'm crying.
Timmy,
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm crying.
Uh-oh.
Listen,
I remember Timmy. I was with you. I was.
I understand.
Poor Timmy.
I was actually with you the first time you bought that.
lost
So
Timmy.
I'm like,
You know
I'm
what?
like the big
We're gonna
uncle
set Timmy right
to the
up here.
plant.
Hey,
So sad.
you're covering up Steven. That's a good job.
In case you didn't know, JP,
Yeah.
we actually changed
No,
our Facebook
no more
page.
10 seconds. No more.
Timmy.
We'll get back to the show. Well, that's all we got for you. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Do we need 10 seconds?
Hey, we get more hits
Do
when we
we
talk
need
about
10
dead plants, okay?
Do we need 10 seconds for Timmy?
God, is that really a good thing?
Hey, I'm going to tweet this. 20 seconds for Mitch and Timmy.
I'm good with that. I can play the music again. We can do 10 more seconds.
No, we're good.
I mean, all right.
we gave them their 10
I'm
seconds.
heartbroken. Tears are coming down my eyes.
Don't be hearting this,
So,
please.
Stop already this. Really?
You're only encouraging them.
I'm so glad that you guys are touched by Timmy and Mitch.
just because you two guys.
Mitch for 2017 Hall of Fame.
Yes. Hey, first ballot, write it in.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I propose on this. I propose on this show that we have a WWA Hall of Fame next year, and the first inductee will be Timmy
Yeah.
I'll vote for that.
next year. Absolutely, we're going. If you want to vote for Timmy, hashtag Timmy WWA Hall of Fame.
What was that?
WWE. Sorry, WWA. Sorry. Hall of Fame for 2016. So we'll do that next year. Anyway, going back, and that was such a great story. Thank you, JP. We
David
appreciate
Arquette's
that.
not making any Hall of Fame.
He's
trial.
not making the Hall of Fame yet. He's got to earn it.
We're going to put David Arquette into the Hall of Fame.
And Raymond Reigns. We got to put him in.
Raymond Reigns will be an inductee one year. But yes, that is absolutely great. Come on, y'all are so sad
All right.
about this whole thing.
Listen,
Trending.
Timmy's had his moment. It's cool.
We're good now?
Can we-
Timmy got his 10 seconds.
If we could be serious for a moment.
I mean, I was pretty serious about
We
that.
were very serious. I mean, how dare you, Scott? I mean, really. We are really heartbroken about this whole
We
thing.
can't get David Arquette for the show because he's still heartbroken over losing Courtney Cox.
I might be heartbroken too.
Actually,
And
the
his movie
Undertaker wanted to say something to Timmy.
You will rest in peace.
yeah.
What? He wanted to say something. So, anyway, it's very sad news. I can't. Oh, okay, there we go.
If I can be serious for a minute.
Without being interrupted, thank you. All right, we're ready to go to what ifs.
Can Timmy and Mitch go in the Hall of Fame as a tag team?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Hashtag.
2017. That's what we got to get going.
HOF
2017. Right. WWA Hall of Fame, because WWE's not going to see it. So we'll do that. It's such a heartbreaking show. You know? It's such a heartbreaking show today. Let's go into... You ready for it, Steven? I know you are, because you always love this music. What?
Mr. Caroline says they both branched out into business. I love it.
That was good.
That was great.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I'm going to accept on Timmy's behalf. So I would like to ask Mr. Candlelight to come induct little Timmy.
Oh, he's going to be the
Hall of
inductee
Fame.
for
Yes.
Timmy?
Yes.
What a privilege.
Yes.
That's an honor.
Yeah. They did stick to their roots. They did.
Well, are we a wrestling show?
This is awesome.
I thought we talked about wrestling.
We do.
We've been talking about horticulture for like 20 minutes now.
Oh, God. And they still ain't left us yet, or leaved us.
No, I'm not giving you that.
Hey, none of the branches have failed yet.
My face hurts, okay? All
right, let's go into what
Hey,
ifs.
one thing about it, he never had to ask for more green.
He's better than Ryback.
Yep.
already.
Oh, that's so funny. I think I'm going to cry.
Too dirty to clean my act up.
That was great. I can't read that one again. That's going to make me cry.
What?
What he just said. His bark.
Well,
His bark was bigger than his bite.
Oh.
Or something. Yeah.
if you ask me, Timmy and Mitch were both tough as nails.
Steven, what's our what if of the week?
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. What if Mitch and Timmy actually survived?
Survive the harsh weathers of the world.
They didn't get enough. They didn't get enough beams of light. They didn't get enough beams of positivity.
So what you're trying to
Not
say
enough
is, if Sonny was still in the business,
That was Mitch's defining moment when he was with Sonny.
because he's seen some sunny days. Damn it, you guys made me stoop to your level.
welcome to our house.
It was good with Triple H. He also had a good run with Triple H. You got enough water back in the day.
Wow.
I'm kind of running out of plant puns here. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, but you know what happens in the end with Triple H is everybody gets buried.
Mr. Shovel,
You got the shovel.
Some work, yeah.
Yeah, like, why couldn't he change? Oh, here's a what if for you. What if Triple H used the shovel instead of a sledgehammer?
Maybe we'd have planted more Mitch and Timmy's.
Yeah, no, we're
All
not.
right, so-
so seriously, we do have what if.
He didn't take his life.
Take his life.
He didn't have suicide. He
Yeah.
had a heart attack or something like that.
Didn't we talk about it on the show?
I don't think we
Pillman.
ever did.
What Pillman? The reason is because of steroids and some of the pills he was taking is what happened to Pillman.
I thought he just had a heart problem.
Right, because of the stuff that he was taking all along. What was what if this week, JP? You said.
Man, I'm sorry. I got
What
total
I know
sidetracked here
we were
with my man Timmy.
we were deep in the mulch.
TNA.
Oh, yeah. What if Jeff Jarrett never would have sold TNA to Dixie Carter? Because you got to remember, when that company first started and they signed all that young talent and Jeff Jarrett was running the show, say what you want to about Jeff Jarrett, but that show was pretty daggone good. When the X Division was at its peak with Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, you could argue that their X Division was as big as their world title picture at the time because the matches were grade A with what those guys were doing with each other. So what if they'd have stayed that course and kept those guys happy and continued to grow as a company to where I felt like, it felt like WCW. It felt like people that knew the wrestling business sold it to people who didn't know the wrestling business, and you had corporate money and politics involved and people just wanting to be on the show, and it seemed like it just started to go downhill the minute they did that. I mean, I think Jared's a decent promoter. I'm not saying he's a great wrestler. I'm not saying he's got the best attitude in the world, but he was doing something right at TNA because look at all this talent now that's moving on, that moved on to New Japan or is now going to WWE because they're so hot right now, WWE needs the talent. So he had something there by hiring these guys when they put the company together.
Yeah, they – do you want to go first? I mean, did you watch TNA back then?
No.
I did.
All right. I watched it, and from the get-go, I always like Jeff Jarrett as a booker. Mm-hmm. He was smart with that. He wasn't smart with the money. He wasn't a business guy to do it. He was a smart booker guy. He could put talent in good matches, good stories, but that was it. He wasn't good at marketing and a lot of other things that you need to be able to do in the company. Vince McMahon is the smartest businessman ever in wrestling. Maybe one of the best minds in a lot of wrestling. But Jeff Jarrett was really good at that side of it. So if you could put him and Vince together to work together, you probably would have had one of the best companies ever. You know.
Well, I mean, but even outside of that point, I believe that if Jarrett keeps it going with his booking and booking these guys the right way and keeping people happy and keeping his talent working, I just believe that it would have been better for that company because when you get people like Dixie Carter trying to tell guys how to wrestle and trying to book people who are just terrible and have no business being booked by your company, it just creates chaos to me. And that's where I think Jared went wrong was maybe he took the money up front, thought it was a good thing to have the backing, but then even he left. The key sign to me to any company, especially in wrestling, is when the owner leaves. I mean, when Eric Bischoff jumped ship from WCW, make no bones about it, all of us who watched WCW were like, what the crap?
Right, and then we've got, Vince Russo when he left.
Yeah.
And look
Vince
what happened.
Russo.
That knows nothing about wrestling.
Right. Because here was the great thing about Bischoff. Bischoff will tell you that he didn't really necessarily know the wrestling business, but at the time
he know how to market and do all the other things.
And he had all the wrestlers, I
Right.
mean, he had Hulk Hogan helping him.
Well, he had his pulse on the locker room. And before those guys got guaranteed contracts and before he became friends with them, he'll tell you one of the worst things he ever did was become friends with all those guys outside the locker room. Because he said once that happened, I let them do whatever they wanted and it got out of control.
Well, he left back at effective at the start of 2014 is when he left.
Really? Short time ago? I thought it was a lot longer.
No, it was longer. Sorry. They had it.
I was just saying, I didn't know WCW was still around.
But in 2005, they put it on Spike TV. Panda Energy, which is Dixie Carter and them, pushed Jeff Jarrett aside and took over leadership of the company back then. But if you remember back then, okay, they had a lot of talent that came in and helped. But Jeff Jarrett was also going through a lot when he sold the company the first time. Because that's when he already lost his wife previously many years before.
And that's when him and Angle had that
Angle had Kurt Angle and his wife Karen. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Karen Angle. They went through their divorce, okay? And then he came back, and that's where him and Angle started having a rivalry because of what happened outside the camp. And that was like a year before they actually had it on camera.
Yeah, it was Matt Hardy and Edge 2.0.
Plantation of domination. I just said, I love it. They're going in.
We are the plantation of domination.
You know that
The little branches up in the air.
It is. I mean, that was basically a ripoff of the Matt Hardy and Edge storyline.
No, it is.
It was like 2.0. I mean, to the T.
Now, as much credit as we give Jeff Jarrett a lot, look at a bunch of the storylines they use from WCW. So, but I mean, Jeff Jarrett had some great talent. AJ Styles, all of them. Me and you've talked about it before. What have they always done in TNA? They have always crowned everybody a champion.
Yeah.
Instead of pushing what's hot.
But
like
see,
when they had Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle on that tear, they could have done another 6 months of the rivalry for that title, or at least another 2 months, and then going back to it later on or something. They spread them apart too fast.
But see, it's funny that they didn't start making everybody a champion until after he sold it to Dixie Carter.
That's very true.
Because remember, when that company first started, it was like Jeff Jarrett and about a handful of other guys that had been champion. They didn't pass it around like candy. And that's what I mean by when you sell your company to people who don't know the business and don't know storylines and keeping guys going, that's what happens, because then they want to bring in their star or the guy they like in the locker room to be champion, not what's best for business.
Yeah. And that was the downfall of TNA. You brought in, and then you get rid of Jeff Jarrett. You bring in Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and you change the 6 sides of the ring to 4.
Yeah, and then
Why
Sean's
Sting
right.
never joined TNA?
If Sting had to win the TNA, I don't think they would have got some of the notoriety they did.
They wouldn't have.
That's the only reason Hogan was even brought in, or Bischoff, or any of those guys. It was all about trying to pull part of that wrestling crowd.
Well, don't forget, they had everybody. They got Christian away from WWE, and he was a champion for a while. He was never a WWE champion, but he went TNA.
Yeah,
and you
put
Ron
became
Killings,
a WWE champion.
Right, Ron Killings. Right, he came later on, that's my point. He left and had to come back to be a champion.
Well, you got to think, though, if TNA never existed.
If it never existed, I think we would be in trouble.
Global Force Wrestling?
No. I think we'd be in trouble because we've never seen guys like AJ Styles.
They would have been somewhere, though.
We don't know that. Maybe Japan.
Somebody would have started promotion.
I have it on pretty good authority that at one time, Jericho was helping pay the payroll of TNA because of all those old guys they brought in. Because there were just boxes of it in the back.
Don't forget the Macho Man was there for a little bit.
Val Venus, that would have been
He
awesome.
was there,
Could you imagine Val Venus in TNA?
Pretty much every WWE star has gone to TNA.
I'm here for the TNA.
Afterwards.
Even Ric Flair.
Hello, ladies.
Mick Foley, many times.
Oh, my God, they have walkers.
And nowhere do I talk about nonstop.
We went from the NWO to the band. Yeah, one of the worst things ever.
Main event
The Aces and Eights.
That was actually pretty good. Aces and Eights was pretty good, and they killed it. But
because everybody was in it, just like the NWO.
Yeah.
Look at us. There's a motorcycle show on TV. We ride motorcycles. Vroom, vroom. Yeah.
You're really silent over here. You still haven't watched any
He knows
TNA,
nothing
have
about
you?
this.
I don't really know anything. All I know
about
TNA
Jeff Jarrett. You don't know
is
anything
that
about TNA.
it happened in 2002. Mr. Perfect was there for a minute, and that's about all I know.
CM Punk.
You mean Kurt Hennig?
No, he was known as Kurt Hennig, right?
Okay.
CM Punk was there
sure we're talking
briefly,
about the same guy.
for a match or two.
Yeah, he had one there too.
Yeah. All I know is they got EC3
I think China
now.
was there for a second.
Yeah, she was.
She was.
They
Mick
brought
Foley
in a
was
lot
there.
of people for a second.
David Flair was there
Yeah, as David Flair.
Yeah.
before it was pre-op.
He's been about everywhere.
David Flair's been everywhere, yeah, like you said. So.
But, say what you
Stop
want
it,
about
Sean.
TNA. The one thing everyone hates about, I always liked the Joker sting. I always thought it was a cool gimmick at the time.
It was different.
Especially with the people he was working with, too. Like, it made sense. You had all of these big egos, the Immortals.
Yeah.
The Immortals.
Guess what? You had big egos, and guess whose ego was as big as any of theirs?
Oh, Sting, yeah. But I'm saying I think it worked. With all of them together, I think it worked. I really do.
Y'all can have Sting, man.
No, I'm not giving Sting credit here. I'm just saying I felt it worked in the location, like in the circumstance they were in, and Hogan didn't really do much. But
Mr. Counterlot Mitch had more sense than that.
Mitch would never have joined TNA.
I mean, TNA would have just tried to use it for paper.
Wow. All right. Well, that is a what if.
It would have been a real stick in the mud over there in TNA.
Wow, you.
This guy, man. This guy.
All right, I need to cut the mic. We were good up until that point, and I think Steven just broke the branch off.
Yeah.
Shut up.
About that.
Yeah, that was a stretch, Sean.
That wasn't a
big
stretch.
stretch.
A stick in the mud is not a stretch.
Sean, that was called the Regal stretch.
No, that doesn't even get the real stretch.
That doesn't even get the Regal stretch.
Okay, yeah.
That was pretty bad, dude.
Yeah.
That was. I'm sorry,
You know,
man. I'm so sorry you said that.
No, you're not.
I do want to comment because I was trying to listen. I had to step out for a minute in the last segment. Listen, I'm glad Ryback's gone. Stay gone. Just stay gone. We don't need you. I mean, there's plenty of other places that will give you roids. You'll be okay. Just.
Do you think he goes to TNA?
I just hope the doorknob hit him.
Oh, don't worry. I played the song.
Yeah.
You think he goes to TNA?
No.
No?
No.
He'll go to New Japan.
He'll
if
go-
anything.
He'll go Luchador.
Actually, I'll take that
He'll
back.
go Lucha
No,
Underground.
Lucha Underground? No.
I'll take that back. He probably will go to TNA because they'll make him a champion inside of a year if he goes to TNA.
Oh, yeah. Think about the storyline you have
Yep.
between him and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, Mitch could have made Roman look strong. Real strong. Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one.
I'll tell you what, though. I will tell you one tag team that Mitch and Timmy could have beat. The Vaudevillains.
The Bushwhackers.
Oh.
No way.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
yeah.
not manly enough to beat the Vaudevillains.
The Vaudevillains aren't even manly enough to beat the Vaudevillains.
They are. They knock people out. They put people out.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
The rope knocked Enzo out, not the Vaudevillains.
Who threw Enzo into the rope with such
Himself.
ferocity? It was manly.
It wasn't manly.
Oh, no. Please.
And that, by the way, that was the worst thing ever. Then, hey, Dudley boys, come on out. Be faces for 2 minutes. And
weren't
then all of a
faces. Back to
sudden.
heel.
Yeah, they were. They were faces for 2 minutes. They actually stood up for Enzo and Big Cass. Why? Why did they? It didn't make any sense.
Mr. Counterlot says Mitch could be repackaged and go to New Japan and become Banzai. I actually like that.
That might be one of the best packages ever.
And this is why Mr. Candlelight gets to induct Timmy when I accept into the Hall of Fame. That's why.
Absolutely.
That is why.
Absolutely. I'm trying to pull up This Week in Wrestling History.
I mean, I can tell you a year from now. I can tell you two things we're going to talk about. Mitch and Timmy.
Yeah.
We will definitely talk about that a year from now. Wait a minute, where is it? Actually, This Week in Wrestling History, because I got one. This WWF, last WWF show this year, many years ago. It was before it was changed to WWE. 32 years ago today, Andre Giant has suffered a broken ankle at the hands of Killer Khan. 32 years ago.
Killer Khan?
Yeah. 14 years ago, insurrection from Wembley Arena in London, England. 14 years ago.
I got one.
What?
This day today, Sean quit his job so that he could listen to Wrestling with Attitude full time.
That is awesome. Hall and Nash win the TNA Tag Team belt 6 years ago. 5 years ago, Sci-Fi announces Edge Copeland will join Haven. That's great.
How long did that last?
Wait a minute, was that Edge Copeland or Adam Copeland?
Adam Copeland.
Are they two different people?
Eddie.
Yeah, that's Eddie.
It's Eddie, not
Yeah.
Edge.
It's Eddie. Anyway, that is some of This Week in Wrestling History. All right, you guys got anything else? Should I play another moment of silence?
No.
No, we're
Please don't.
All right.
Don't listen to the peeps out there, too. We don't need another moment of
The
silence.
Periscopians. I don't think they can hear it anyway. All right.
Scorpions.
All right. You guys got anything? Nothing? That's it? All right.
I'm good.
Well, thank you for joining us from Wrestling with Attitude. Everybody, have a great week in wrestling.
Gone but not forgotten.
Tim, you always will be there.